Welcome to Encyclopaedia Fortuita, the series that looks up random topics in historical reference works. The facts may or may not be accurate, but they are sure to entertain. Today's featured topic is the Albatross. The inspiration for this video came from an article posted in The Guardian on December 7th, 2018, titled "World's Oldest Known Wild Bird to Become a Mother for the 37th Time." It talked about Wisdom, a 68-year-old albatross. Wisdom was first banded in 1956 by biologist Chandler Robbins, who estimated that she was 5 years old at the time. Most albatrosses lay one egg a year, but not annually. Wisdom is exceptional, having bred for a number of years consecutively. The first work we will consult is the 11th edition Encyclopaedia Britannica, published in 1910. We find the Albatross article in the first volume on page 491. Now let's dig into some of the fun facts in this article. The albatross often accompanies a ship for days, not merely following it, but wheeling in wide circles round it, without ever being observed to alight on the water, and continues its flight, apparently untired, in tempestuous as well as in moderate weather. It has even been said to sleep on the wing, and Moore alludes to this fanciful cloud-rocked slumbering in his book, Fire Worshippers. Sailors capture the bird for its long wing bones, which they manufacture into tobacco pipe stems. Kind of in contrast to this horrid killing of the birds, though, there was also great omens attached to them. The early explorers of the great southern sea cheered themselves with the companionship of the albatross in its dreary solitudes, and the evil hap of him who shot with his crossbow the bird of good omen is familiar to readers of Coleridge's Rime of the Ancient Mariner. The second encyclopedia we will look at is the World Book Encyclopedia, published in 1919. Here we find Albatross in Volume 1 on pages 151 and 152. In addition to mentioning Coleridge's poem, the World Book provides its own poem by Chas G. Leland. Great Albatross, the meanest birds spring up and flit away, while thou must toil to gain a flight and spread those pinions gray. But when they once are fairly poised, far over each chirping thing, thou sailest wide to other lands, e'en sleeping on the wing. Like most large birds, it is greedy in eating, and is readily caught with a piece of meat. So according to the World Book, you can go fishing for albatrosses. The third encyclopedia set we shall look at is the Book of Knowledge, published in 1945 by Grolier. It has some very nice photographs of the birds that it talks about. Many watchers have believed that the sailing is affected with stationary wings on unperceived currents of favoring air. But the truth is that the albatross adjusts its great wings to match its needs in the air, just as an airman contrives his balance in an airplane. The camera will settle the problem for all time one of these days, but already we know that a flicker, a swift rise or downbeat are among the bird's master strokes in aviation. The flight of these birds is the marvel and despair of every man who contrives to rise by artificial method into the air. Oh, jealousy. The last encyclopedia we shall look at is the 14th edition of the Encyclopaedia Britannica. This copy was published in 1965. We find Albatross in Volume 1, where it takes up part of 3 columns spread over pages 516 and 517. The phenomenal homing instinct of these oceanic birds is suggested by experiments in which 18 nesting lazen albatrosses were removed from Midway Island and sent by plane to be released at distant parts of the North Pacific. All but 4 returned to their nests, one having covered 4,120 miles in 32 days, and another 3,200 miles in just over 10 days, at an average speed of 317 miles per day. A really fun fact can be found in this edition. Although accustomed to the ceaseless movements of the sea, captive albatrosses nevertheless show the classic symptoms of seasickness when brought aboard a ship. And finally, in case you were wondering how big an albatross egg is, it is equivalent to the volume of 6 chicken eggs. That's all for the inaugural episode of Encyclopaedia Fortuita. Thanks for watching. And be sure to subscribe to be notified when new videos are posted. And please be sure to leave in the comments any suggestions for future topics. Thank you.